A rare and elusive wild goat is said to be born once a decade in the eastern Himalayas of Pangalika Wildlife Sanctuary of Sikkim, India. In this adventure, I set out on a quest to find this mythical creature. As there have been no photographic evidence of this animal, I need to first find out if this animal exists, and if it does, get a proof of it for science to understand this animal. Some years back, I did get a glimpse of the spirit goat, but it was in fog, rain, and I could not get a shot of this goat. But now, I set out to find the spirit goat of Sikkim. Though this won't be easy, I have some idea about where to look for it. But besides that, I am clueless about this elusive animal. Also, the increase in human movement, the rise in free-ranging dogs will surely affect its presence in the area. But deep in the valleys of Pangalika, I am sure this creature survives. The problem is, only the armed forces and the research teams are allowed to go there. So I guess I need to stick to the ridges and the vantage points for my survey. Pangalika Wildlife Sanctuary is located in the pristine forest of eastern Himalayas. Located in eastern Sikkim, this park lies in the Pangalika range along the Silk Route. It forms a tri-junction between Bhutan, Sikkim and West Bengal. The park is spread over 124 square kilometers and is linked to the forests of Nura Valley National Park of West Bengal along with forests of Sikkim. The steep terrain of the sanctuary, starting from an elevation of 1300 meters, goes all the way up till 4000 meters. Pangalika has typical alpine temperate subtropical vegetation with high altitude lakes. The unique landscape supports a large variety of faunal life. Due to the varied altitudinal zones and habitat types, the Pangalika Wildlife Sanctuary is home to some remarkable species. The sanctuary is also home to the state animal of Sikkim, the red panda. My journey starts in a small quaint village in eastern Sikkim named Nimachin. Here I walk trails to understand the terrain, talk to village elders and get much needed insights to the spirit goat, approximately at an altitude of 8,000 feet. This quiet village is going to be my base for the next few days. Here I will acclimatize, gather as much information as I can before I go to the higher altitudes of the park. Day 1 of my survey starts with an interaction with a monk who has long been in the region. He too has heard stories of the spirit goat, though he hasn't seen one. He says it is only the lucky and the pure-hearted that get to see it. I spent the later part of the day walking through the forest and getting to understand it. As this place is midway in elevation, it is rich in diversity. It is also a transition area. When it gets warm in the lower elevations, wildlife moves here. Also, when the higher regions get cold, wildlife would come down here. A striated laughing thrush. These birds are usually in pairs or small flocks. Highly vocal. There, you can hear it sing. There, a hoary-bellied squirrel. Oh, beautiful. These medium-sized squirrels are larger than the striped squirrels and smaller than the giant squirrels. Found in eastern parts of India, these squirrels are not rare, but not much is known about them. I decide to stop by a stream. I'm sure it will have some interesting birds. And yes, I did find two such birds. The plumbous water redstart and the white-capped redstart. Both stunning birds. You can see them eat insects over the water surface. Beautiful, isn't it? Morning today is great at the camp. So many birds in the camp itself. The common green magpie is happily feeding in the kitchen garden. People spend so much time looking for them in the forest, but here it is right in front of me as I have my chai. Another interesting bird, the dark-breasted rosefinch. They appear brown and distinct from a distance. But it is only when you see them closely that you realize how vivid the red color is. This is an indication of how rich this place is, teeming with bird life like this. It only proves they feel safe to be here. I have spent a few days at Nimachin and now it is time I head to the higher altitude. As we drive to the higher elevations of Pangalika, we cross the famous village of Zuluk. Probably more people know of the region as Zuluk than Pangalika. It is a must visit for tourists who want to drive along the Silk Route. Yes, Silk Route. I'm actually driving along the Silk Route. That is some feeling. To be on the path that merchants took hundreds of years back. Though it is not as tough as them, but still, it is something to be driving on it. Stop, there! A Himalayan moon on the road. I always wanted to see this bird. Did not expect it to be right in front of me on the road though. These stunning birds are one of the key species of the region. These pheasants are not uncommon, but it is tough to get a closer look as they are very skittish. Any sound or movement and they glide downhill into the valley. Our team soon reached the vantage point where I had first seen the spirit goat. Oh, the memory is still so vivid. Unfortunately, no spirit goat today. Oh, look! A yellow-throated marten. What a fantastic find. These omnivores are bold. They feed on anything they can overpower. That does not mean they shy away from scavenging. Here in Pangalika, they are often seen feeding in the garbage dumps of the army camps or the food joints. We will give a little more time here. The bamboo and vegetation here is tricky. If a goat is sitting, there is no way I will be able to spot it. Check on the rock, a monil, such a stunning bird. It knows it is safe at a distance. That is why probably it does not mind us being around. We have reached a trail I walk often. It gives me insights to animal tracks. Nothing much today. My favorite animal is here, the Sikkim pika. This spectacular rodent is abundant here. Ignored by most, but I like spending time with them. They live in colonies underground. They come out to feed. They primarily feed on grass and seeds. Though common, they are very important to the ecosystem. Their burrows aerate the soil and their droppings disperse seeds. They are also the favorite food of raptors, weasels and other predators. Today, we have decided to go even higher in the park. We will be exploring the area above the snow line. I have my doubts about finding the spirit goat here, but I want to scan all areas before I decide to give my time to a particular area. This place is special though. We are technically right in front of the mighty Mount Kanchenjunga. But it needs to be a clear day. Not much activity here. As most of the area is covered with snow, wildlife must have moved down in the valley. But not a complete bust. Finally got the view of the mighty Kanchenjunga. Another day on the field and we are back at the same place. But guess the mountain gods want us to prove our will. A hailstorm and we are stuck in the car. Even a pretty mountain is drenched in rain. Not bothered by us. It knows we won't step out. Any other place and I would have stayed at a camp. But here in the cloud forest, the climate changes every minute. This I have learned with time and hence we wait. After hours of waiting, the rains decided to take a break. That means we are back to scanning the valley. Look, a mountain goat, a Himalayan brown Goral. These amazing mountain goats live along the ridge where they feed on grass and bamboo shoots. Locals have in fact told me if I drive before and after tourist hours, I might actually get them on the road. They come to the road cuttings for salt licks. This brings me to an interesting question. Could the spirit goat actually be an albino brown Goral? Or is it a completely different animal? Well, only time shall tell. As I photographed the Goral, the cherry blossoms by the road seem to have come to life. Ah, some fire-tailed sunbirds. What spectacular birds. They have small tails now, but there should be some individuals in the breeding that would have long, pretty tails. Are there, just as we talk about them. The daylight seems to be dying and we have decided to head back. Stop! Oh man, so many dogs. These dogs, when there is lack of food, are entering the forest and are going after wildlife. This I have seen in videos by local folks. There are actually few videos of them going after musk deer and gorals. I wonder if the spirit goat will be safe with them around. Another day of searching for the spirit goat. I really hope we get it today. Maybe these prayer flags take my prayers to the universe. Today, we have decided to park our cars away from the scanning area and walk to the vantage point. Maybe it is our cars that are scaring the animals. Oh look, there is Goral along the cliff. It seems to be climbing up to bask in the sun. No, it can't be. What is the white thing behind the Goral in the valley? Let me check with my binoculars. Holy shit, the spirit goat. Yes! Oh, it is a young one next to its mum. Finally got it. The mum is a Himalayan brown Goral. My doubt was right. It is a white Himalayan brown Goral. Not an albino though, just white. And these are the first photos and videos of it. What a find. Now we are proof. This is such a great find for science. Today we go back to see if we can get a closer look at the spirit goat. Nothing. That is odd. Oh no, what are dogs doing there? A pack of dogs is actually resting exactly where we had seen the goats yesterday. I hope the goats are safe. Why is the driver calling me? Oh no, a Goral is getting attacked by dogs? How many dogs are here? We did manage to scare away the dogs and the Goral has gone back in the valley safely. But this does raise a very important question about the safety of wildlife. Policymakers surely need to look into neutering these dogs and providing ample food so that they do not go after wildlife. Not much to see as the dogs are all over today. I think we need to drive around and come back in the area later. A quick chai stop is a must, but not without wildlife around. After all, we are in Pangalika. There, a Himalayan white-browed rosefinch. This is a female though. The male would be bright pink in color. And there, a black-faced laughing thrush. These beautiful yet noisy birds are particularly found at the higher elevations of the park. The light is fading and there aren't any people besides us. I guess a good time to go check on the Gorals. Oh, the gamble worked. The spirit goat is so close to us. Yes! Time to head back home now, with my heart and memory cards full. The data I have will be shared with the forest department and fellow researchers. I am sure with their inputs, there will be conservation plan put in place for the spirit goat and the wildlife.